Hello everyone. Summary of the poem A Roadside Stand, written by Robert Frost. In this poem, the poet expresses his anger at the indifference of the rich and ruling classes to the fate of poor farmers and other deprived communities. The sight of a roadside stand brings to his mind the pitiable state of these people. A little old house had a little new shed outside it. The shed was in the front at the edge of the road. It was built for use as a roadside stand. The rich people in their cars keep going up and down in the road all day. The poor owner of the stand sat by the open window of his shed and waited for some cars to stop there and buy the things he had for sale. The poor fellow waited for all day, but hardly any car stopped there. If ever someone looked aside a moment, he felt annoyed to see the artless paint of signs on the stand. He felt that the stand with its artless paint had marred the beauty of the landscape. The poor man had made these signs to indicate the things he had for sale at his stand. He had wild berries, crook-necked squash, or some picture of a beautiful mountain scene. But the rich man in the car thought it below his dignity to stop there and buy something at such a place. So he decided to keep his money with him and go along. The poor man, who had thought that the car would stop there, was left in sorrow. He had put up his roadside stand with the hope that he would earn some money from the city people going that way. But all his hope was just like a motion picture that appears before the eye and is then lost in no time. The poet thinks of the selfish politicians who befooled these people before with false promises. They would publish such news that the poor would be mercifully settled close to cities where everything would be within their reach. But the real purpose of these foxy politicians is to fill their own coffers. The poet calls them greedy, good doors, and beasts of prey. They swarm over lives of the poor and force on them benefits which are in fact their own benefits. They pretend to be their well-wishers, but in fact only exploit them. They teach them how to sleep peacefully, but in fact destroy all their sleep. Thinking of the poor man at the roadside stand, the poet feels pain. He says that he cannot bear this pain. That poor man keeps sitting at his open window all day waiting for some car to stop there. He keeps waiting sadly for the squeal of brakes or the sound of a stopping car. But of all the 1,000 cars that pass, just one stops there, and that too doesn't stop for buying anything. It stopped there only to use the yard in the front of the stand for turning back. In doing this, it tears up some of the grass in the yard. Another stopped just to ask the way for its destination. Another one stopped to ask if it could have a gallon of petrol. When told that there is no petrol at the stand, it goes away crossly. The poet feels pain to think that the welfare of these poor farmers is never taken into account by the rich ruling classes. He says that it would give him his great relief if these people can be taken out of their pain and poverty at once. Instead of carving for help, they should be in a position to help others. That's all. Thank you. I hope you have understood and enjoyed this video and the topic. Bye.